Hey, what's going on, guys? The Horror Man back with the next review of the Fangoria challenge. And this time, Jason and I watched one of my all-time favorite horror films, Dolls. Dolls is one of my favorite horror movies of all time. Easily in my top 5. Interestingly though, according to this book, Fangoria thinks Dolls is one of the 101 best horror movies you've never seen. With it being one of my favorites, I've seen it at least once a year for as long as I can remember. Despite it being a movie I've seen way more times than I can count, I definitely think Dolls deserves to be in this book. Here's its entry, by the way. It's so good that it deserves even more attention. Dolls is a 1987 horror film, directed by the late Stuart Gordon. I have countless copies of this film on VHS, DVD, and this Scream Factory Collector's Edition Blu-ray. I loved the artwork on this slipcover, so that's why I decided to feature this one in the video. Dolls has an approximate runtime of 77 minutes, making it super short. It's also extremely fast-paced. The main character is a little girl named Judy, who is on vacation with her father and her evil stepmother. Her stepmother is played by Carolyn Purdy Gordon, Stuart Gordon's wife. When their car gets stuck in the mud during a rainstorm, they find themselves stranded. So they have no choice but to walk through the woods. Judy has along with her her best friend, Teddy, a teddy bear. But her bitch stepmother Rosemary throws Teddy into the woods. Judy is going to need a new doll, and she sure as hell is going to get one. Just up ahead, they spot a mansion, and that's where they'll take shelter for the night. The house is owned by an old man named Gabriel, played by Guy Rolfe, and his wife, Hillary. The old couple welcomes Judy and her parents into their home. Gabriel almost immediately notices Judy does not have a doll, so he gives her one, Mr. Punch. They learn that Gabriel is a toy maker and even has a doll workshop in the house. Soon after, a man named Ralph also arrives at the house to take shelter, with 2 female hitchhikers. Ralph is a really nice guy, a child at heart even, but the hitchhikers are thieves. They plan on stealing what they call antiques and antiquities from the old couple. After giving his guests a tour of the mansion, Gabriel shows each of them to their rooms. He warns them that with the storm taking place, it might just feel like the longest night in the world. Talk about building atmosphere, which already at this point is extremely thick. At this point, as you might have imagined, the dolls do what they do and come to life. Those in the house with bad intentions meet their grisly fates. When Judy witnesses one of the hitchhikers being killed, she takes her new friend Mr. Punch and goes to Ralph for help, since her dad and Rosemary won't believe her. And now the child and the child at heart must try to survive the longest night in the world. Okay guys, I'm gonna tell you right now, when it comes to my ranking of the 101 best horror movies you've never seen, this is going to be tough to beat. As I already mentioned, Dolls is one of my all-time favorite horror films, period. My love for this movie begins right at the opening credits, which feature an amazing score and some really creepy doll faces. Then there is the rich atmosphere of the mansion during the stormy night, the longest night in the world. Then there is Judy, who is just a little girl and the final girl. Ralph is such a likable character, while Rosemary is easy to hate. When she gets her just desserts, it is so satisfying. She had it coming. The doll effects are very well done, and I absolutely love Mr. Punch. There is a genuinely creepy scene featuring one of the hitchhikers in the attic. Which reminds me, Something that really stands out about this killer doll film is each of the victims becomes a doll after they are killed. Dolls is like a twisted horror version of Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Gabriel is like Wonka, and the mansion is his factory. Those who deserve it receive their punishments, and those who do not are allowed to enjoy their innocence. There is also a sadness to the film, which I won't get into. Dolls will forever be one of my favorite horror movies. I absolutely love this film. And the ending could not have been better. Have you seen Dolls? If so, what do you think of it? Comment below and let me know. And my relatable recommendation this time is Puppet Master 4. Why Puppet Master 4? Well, it's a bit more obscure and deserves more attention than some of the other Puppet Master films. I feel like the first 3 Puppet Master movies are pretty highly regarded, but once you hit part 4, there isn't enough love. The puppets also become the good guys in this one, much like the dolls in Dolls. And Guy Rolfe, who played Gabriel in Dolls, plays Toulon in Puppet Master 4, among others. As much as I love the Puppet Master movies though, Dolls will forever be my favorite killer doll film. Please be sure to check out Jason's review to hear what he thinks about it. What will he and I watch next for the Fangoria challenge? Check back soon to find out. Thanks for watching, guys. Hit that thumbs up and be kind, subscribe.